Hey, what's up, guys? This is Alex from Seattle, Washington, the ex-epicenter of the United States of America. I am driving on I-5 going northbound. It is right now, I think it's about almost 11:30, maybe a little later. Usually, about this time, the traffic would be it would be very congested here. It's very rare that it's very rare to see on any weekday, especially on a Friday, that you're gonna see this little amount of traffic. We're driving through, right now this is Tukwila and getting into South Seattle here. We're going to go through Georgetown because I have to stop by at another place there. But we're gonna go through Georgetown and we're gonna find out what it looks like over there. But yesterday it was pretty empty. Actually, the day before. I'm sorry. Yesterday I did not go out to work at all, and so I'm trying to minimize days that I go out because the less that I go out, the better. That way I don't have to worry about having any kind of sicknesses or any infections. So I'm driving on I-5. There are not very many police officers out. They're only responding to calls that are basically felonies and violent felonies and things that are in that nature. And so at the moment, the only thing that I have seen so far is like yesterday, there was a place called, it's a hot dog place. There was quite a bit of people actually inside of the restaurant, which actually made me kind of question why there was so many people there. But then it came very clear that the restaurant was not following the mandate because there was a state patrol officer with his lights on blocking the entrance to the place, and there was about 7 or 8 cars in the parking lot. It looked like the place was open, and granted that this order has been put in place, so most businesses are not allowed to go to have anyone inside. Most businesses have to abide by a very strict agenda, and all of them have to follow a strict guideline. The same goes for us. We cannot have gatherings of more than 10 people or have more than 10 people in one place, and all of them have to be 6 feet apart or more. So right now, one technician goes out to a home, typically meets with one client or 2 sometimes. There's times where there are 2 people, sometimes there's 1. So there's only about 3 people total when the job gets sold and or talked about or a diagnostic gets done. So most of the time we've been doing pretty good. So as you see, the reason why I'm doing this is so you guys can see how our freeways look like right now. If some of you that can't leave home, that travel on public transportation, or you just don't want to leave, oh wow, there's an accident right there. Or maybe that's not an accident, that's somebody, I'm not sure what that is. Somebody's trying to give someone a jump. Weirdly, it's very strange on the freeway. Due to the fact that if your car stops running and your power is dying, that means your alternator's gone, so jumping someone's car at that point really wouldn't do anything. Well, it wouldn't help much anyway. So here it is, guys. This is majority of the going from SeaTac, which is right about mid-center of Tacoma and Seattle. So I drove from there, and I've been driving, and you guys have been with me since Tukwila. So maybe about 5 minutes less than what I've been driving on the freeway. So as you see signs here, it says up here, if you can't see it, it says stay home, limit travel, save lives. That's the sign that I just passed. This is in Washington State, northbound I-5. heading to Seattle. I'm gonna be getting off this exit up here. Actually, it's on the left-hand side. I'm sorry, I'm jumping around quite a bit. I'm sure this looks very strange to most people, but but this is not typical for our area. It's also not very typical that field over there on the left that I'm passing here. I'm passing Boeing Field up here, and the planes are grounded. There's absolutely almost no movement down there. I don't see very many people on the tarmac, and I'm not really seeing much of anyone down there. This is the Renton Tukwila location, and so on the other side of here, way over there, is 405. So that's kind of how this goes. But then either way, so here's my exit, guys. And this is just right before Seattle. Yes, right before the city of Seattle. So I am on the south side of Seattle now, and I'm in the city limits of Seattle, but I'm in a neighborhood called Georgetown. And so here it is. This on-ramp typically is not this empty. I mean, it is kind of empty most of the time. I wouldn't say it's this empty though. I mean, it's usually at this time you've got quite a bit of traffic due to lunch hour, and then you got people getting off work, and so people working that work part-time jobs that get off at 6 o'clock and noon. I mean, get on at 6 o'clock and get off at noon. Typically are going home, and then you got people that get on that work full-time, start heading home at 2:30. So then you got traffic that starts from that, and it just kind of rolls. The traffic, it just keeps rolling. And so so for me, for example, right now I'm actually going to Harbor Freight Tools, and I've got one of my tools that they give life, ow, that hurt. They give life warranty on some of these tools. So I'm taking it to get it exchanged, but I'm also going to work today. But as you can see, I mean, it's not completely dead. There's still people driving around. A lot of these people probably shouldn't be. My biggest surprise is that people are not walking around. There's not more people with homemade masks. I've been walking around with my homemade ski mask, which you guys seen me with before, and it's worked great. I mean, I honestly could say that this has been one of the best things that I've had as a defense mechanism against this virus. It's probably not the best mask in the world, but it's helping. So here I am at Harbor Freight Tools, guys, and I need to go inside, but that's a little bit of an update of how it looks like on the freeway, guys.